Alrighty gamers, another Sunday, it's time for Guilty Gear Strive FT7 matches in the form of bounty hunters. Another super stacked card. There's a shit ton of matches I'm actually excited to watch this week. We got sort of like the Finnish trio that always delivers a lot of good matches. Elda, solid, and now joining that sort of group of people who always do, Eliitti.
Yeah, Eliitti with a really excellent first showing last week, and now we're gonna see kind of what a week difference can do on such a strong player who already showed kind of dominance isn't the right word, but played super well considering how new they are to Strive itself as a game. And playing against Fecian, who, you know, plays Jacko like nobody else does, kind of in multiple senses of that sentence. And it's going to be interesting how the two sort of puppet characters of this game, or minion characters, however you might want to classify them as, will work fit against one another.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Those characters are very similar and often like compared to each other as well in terms of like, you know, how they play. I guess like Zato being, of course, the de facto puppet character, but yeah, Jacko also is. People still play her, and people can still do very well with her, especially these players who have been playing her from the start, from, you know, all the time after she was introduced. And one problem for matchups like this, I wonder if Eliitti was able to find sparring partners, because Jacko is definitely one of those rarer characters at the moment, and if you sort of weren't there when Jacko was introduced, you might have missed the train for getting, you know, easy amount of sparring experience against the character.
And even then, I think getting the practice early on wouldn't even have done a lot, because it's, you know, Jacko being as unique as she is, lent herself to being kind of developed in really interesting ways that only such a character could do, with all sorts of minion setups that you can have exist in the context of the game.
Right.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff that people can do, and we saw Fecian do that last week and do some really consistent setups, and you know, unfortunately for their opponent, just proving how difficult it is to deal with those kinds of setups when you don't have the matchup experience. So I do wonder. I mean, unfortunately, I think the biggest kind of most loyal Jacko fighter outside of Fecian is Deknud, who Eliitti tried to get matches against, but unfortunately due to an injury wasn't able to provide. So let's see what we can see.
But speaking of Finnish players, we got another one here on the first matchup tonight. So we got Scatter Giovanna playing against Vahvaloac Chip. This would be Scatter is from Portugal, right?
Are they?
Are they?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I know ZBI is a mostly UK-based team, so I don't know if they are from there. I know not everyone from ZBI is from the UK, but I think that's the safest bet. I'm not even sure. Oh, Scatter! Wait, Scatter, you are from Portugal? Wait.
Unbeknownst to the Portuguese community.
Are you in the Portuguese Discord? Hold on. Oh my god, you are. Oh no. This is an embarrassing lack of information moment.
It's okay. It's like, for me as well, Scatter is not as known of a name. This will be my first time seeing them play. So, you know, that jolly good time when you get to
I guess now I have to root for them, because, you know, I have to root for my local fighters.
It works. I can root for Vahvaloac being one of the Finn boys.
Exactly. Oh, this is commentator bias is at its best. One contender for each of the casters, and yeah, let's go with the start. You know, as proven by my by my little bit of ignorance here at the start, I haven't seen Scatter play, so I'm excited to see what they're going to be capable of. And Vahvaloac. Oh no,
that can be a difficult name to say.
Vahvaloac?
Yep, that's pretty good.
Yeah. How, you know, what do you know of their play?
So, Vahvaloac is not too bad. They had, if we just look at the numbers, they've played against Elda, for example. That, I think that matchup went 7-4. So Vahvaloac is definitely not an easy opponent, at least.
Especially on the Chip Potemkin matchup that is so categorically cursed, and immediately we see a gold burst from Vahvaloac.
Ooh, nice 2K! Not letting that that Alpha Blade run for free. Staying mobile, finding purchase. Ooh, nice, into the axe kick. Don't even need the combo, one hit. First round going to Scatter. Ooh, Scatter really has good buttons.
Yeah, playing against Chip, the biggest thing you gotta do is just be on the lookout for the kind of things that the player is trying to run at you. You know, they're going to be trying to go for some mix-ups, trying to just confuse you and overwhelm your mental stack with how fast Chip can move and how many options he has. So, being able to preemptively press buttons that check a lot of these options. Solid air grab from Vahvaloac.
Yeah,
taking the second round.
That's honestly a lot of what Chip matchup is about, just knowing how the button interaction works and then predicting where Chip is gonna be on the screen. You really do need to understand footsies pretty much on any character when you're playing against Chip. And Scatter is showing some really good buttons so far for every single occasion.
Getting a really solid wall break, putting Vahvaloac in, well, I was going to say a precarious position, but that we're way beyond that. Scatter takes the first point of the set. You know, I think, you know, these are two characters that are very fast, and as such, we're just gonna see some very incredibly paced rounds that are definitely gonna be hard to follow, but interesting stuff to see.
I think Chip generally doesn't like when they're playing against a character who can, you know, move around a lot, especially combined a mobile character. Wow! What a prediction there!
Oh. Now it's just going to keep going into the meaty options, just running the good old strike throw game plan that Giovanna is known for. Solid BP, getting Scatter off of their ass.
Again, very actively pressing that 5K, especially from Giovanna, combined with the forward momentum.
And the check on the wall jump, just jumping back, allowing Vahvaloac to go into the wall and then just doing a little jumping kick to.
Wow, the wave punish once again. It really does seem like a matchup that Scatter has definitely played before, looking at how these couple of first rounds have been going so far. Ooh, tried to throw there, the jump slash catching with decent rewards. I mean, Chip is not exactly a damage character. Now Vahvaloac with that 100 meter and whoa, getting whiff punished once again. 6P, RC the. Oh wait, I think Vahvaloac blocked that, but no punish.
Sometimes it's hard to even see if you're gonna block those, but it's really solid air grab. Into just wow. That was Giovanna's grab.
Yeah, that was a reversal throw. Look at that, the slide forward momentum with 5K.
And forcing the burst out of Vahvaloac. Even if they take this round, they're going into this final round with very few resources compared to Scatter.
Yeah, and that's super important against Chip, because Chip's primary method of defending against not just getting exploded is that burst. Ooh, again, very nice knowledge, just jabbing the clone, doing a little bit of extra damage. This time Vahvaloac checking the tick throw.
Ooh, really solid grab. Good cross up. And YRC, the good old other defensive option that you can use universally.
Burst has been
Scatter
used.
immediately uses the burst.
Ooh, perfect again! I swear, I think Vahvaloac hasn't gotten even a single Alpha Blade off so far. Every one of those has been checked by Scatter.
Even still managing to get some solid advances with the Rekka there to finish off the round. Vahvaloac's just this is just really fast-paced, honest, grounded footsies that Guilty Gear is known for. No sort of there is nothing. Oh, solid DP bait. This is going to be a massive punish, especially with the wall break.
I wonder if that was an optimization route, like punishing in the air instead of waiting Chip to land there. Ooh, again,
I know anti-air close slash from Giovanna does net you some really nice rewards, so probably on purpose.
Nice, the air-to-air once again catches Vahvaloac airborne, but the far slash doesn't deliver this time. However,
the dash up 5k, or was it 6k? I confused those two buttons of Giovanna.
5k into 6p, I think was the string there.
Yeah, but no, just in general, being able to use Giovanna's step dash really effectively here to control space and win over neutral against a character that's kind of as nimble as Chip. It's a very smart play from Scatter's point.
Oh
my god!
Queuing up the burst to bait the burst, and now Vahvaloac, no way!
That was some Ultra Instinct burst bait.
It's sort of like, you know, it's like their health is running out, and you're like, yeah, if you don't burst now, then when are you gonna burst? So Scatter just queuing up that RC, taking the read. I really like the round start plan for Scatter as well. They are definitely fishing with the big starters. The DP round start almost every single round. In case Chip presses the wrong button, that's gonna be half their life gone right from the get-go. And I guess Chip, it's a lot about fishing like that, just trusting in your rewards, and sometimes you're gonna be wrong, but hey, Chip doesn't hit you too hard, does he?
Well, on most cases not, but definitely there is the potential for some big Chip combos. I think the most important point with round start DP is that it's a very very conveniently distributed hitbox against a character that kind of needs to run up close to you to get some starters in. So at the start, you can afford to go for that slightly slower option that is safe.
Nice whiff punish there once again against the too heavy of Chip.
Oh, good 6p.
Oh,
and
this is gonna be damage. Vahvaloac doesn't have burst. Oh, unless.
It's a setup? Question mark?
Throw is good. Throwing in the right direction now with the corner pressure. Vahvaloac finds the hit.
This is where Chip loves to be, but unfortunately for Vahvaloac, the wall break right away without the ability to go for the wall slump loops that Chip can do is a bit unfortunate, but even still. Positive bonus is always valuable, especially on a character that can use it very effectively on offense to create even more openings than Chip can already do. There's a lot of potential here.
Ooh,
solid 6p. Getting the burst out of the way and finishing the round.
Wow, Vahvaloac didn't get to utilize a lot of that meter and a lot of that tension bonus that they got from the wall break. Scatter just all over with those well-placed buttons so far. Again, the round start DP is the name of the game. I think if your opponent, when you're the Chip player and your opponent is going for such big fishing pole moves, trying to fish for those big combos, I think you gotta be ready for the punishes as well. Speaking of being ready, this will be pretty decent damage for Chip standards. 1/3 of the opponent's life.
That is the really unfortunate bit, is Chip's supers aren't that damaging, especially because they suffer quite a bit from scaling. Multi-hit scaling on especially the clone super. Really unfortunate. Ooh. Scatter opting to go for the RC combo, which typically would have been scaled super hard, but fortunately for them, that baited burst reset the scaling and got a fat punish that resulted in the round win.
Oh, the classic 2D counter hit. Oh, you know already what's going. Wow, gets a reversal throw though. On the other hand, Scatter ready to break the throw, but doesn't get out of the tricky. Wow, was that left or was that right? Again, the wall already taking quite a bit of damage, so Vahvaloac doesn't get the up strikes for maximum chip damage. And now here comes Giovanna. Luckily for Vahvaloac, not a whole lot of meter to RC there for pressure, but again, another 2D counter hit. That's gonna be the kill.
Giovanna combos just look sick. When a Giovanna gets a solid starter in the air and gets to just run her stuff, it's so cool. And Scatter playing really cleanly, just kind of showing really strong fundamentals right now, just making sure that Chip doesn't get to be running offense for free, and that can just be all you need to defeat Chip.
Yeah, look at this. Look how Scatter is landing the hits. Like, over 50% of their openings are whiff punishes. They're just, you know...
Yeah.
Again!
This just ends it. Yep. Oh wait, no, the scaling is so aggressive because of the double RC in the combo. Thankfully, for Scatter, they still managed to just go in and go for the jump into low.
Honestly, I've never seen Chip getting whiff punished this accurately before.
Giovanna has the kind of solid movement and fast buttons to really capitalize on those whiffs.
It's the step dash with the buttons really does take Giovanna into a whole different level of whiff punishing capabilities. Yeah, look at that.
And
Even
again,
outstream.
Chip's biggest strength is, as I was saying earlier, just being able to overwhelm your mental stack. When, you know, Scatter, just like that, with the 5B preventing the cross-up from Chip there, just showing the presence of mind needed to deal with that sort of overwhelming pressure. It's really cool to see. Oh, look at that 2D hitbox! That's messed up. That's such a messed up button.
No nerfs for Season 2, please. Finds the step into 5D. Don't even need to charge. Bam! 5-1 already. It feels like it's only been a couple of minutes, but that's Chip matchups for you. Oh, again the
step block. Man, just patient play. Once again, just looking for those whiff buttons to punish. Just expecting Vahvaloac to be the first one to press.
Oh, this time unfortunately.
Unfortunate burst. The blue RC to just get out of a situation where we gotta guess against jump 2K.
That's so crazy. Instead of meeting Vahvaloac in the air with 6B, just Scatter is completely backing off, waiting, aiming for the landing, and then step dash into like 5K as an anti-air. Again, gets away with another round start DP, but you know, might as well swing it.
Yeah, I don't think this is just something that Scatter is getting away with. I think this might just be a case of experience and Scatter being aware that it's an option that Chip specifically might not be able to punish easily without putting themselves at a lot of risk.
See, ooh, makes the 6B whiff from Scatter this time, but doesn't get a lot of rewards for that meter that they spent.
Ooh, going into the DP. Blue RC, did that actually slow down the clone?
Yeah, I was actually scared that Scatter might have swung the clone and taken the round like that, but because that is definitely an option. That clone has a hurt box, and it's gonna hurt Chip if you swing at it.
Also, you know, a lot of people call Giovanna the kind of Street Fighter character of Guilty Gear, and at least especially of Strive, and I think the way we're seeing Scatter play right now is so emblematic of that mentality. Just playing really solid neutral, getting good whiff punishes, and eventually there are some big conversions, but this has mainly been just small neutral wins adding up to a lot over time.
Yeah, that burst had to happen if Vahvaloac still wants to play this round. No RC saving it. Here's the YRC. Ooh, gets caught low before the blocks the
goes for the 5D. Oh, really solid hit, anti-airing the bicycle kick, but gets grabbed back into the corner.
Oh, defending the airspace, not letting, even with that slowdown, not letting Vahvaloac get out of the corner at all. And this is set point for Scatter. Wow, another very confident 2D. It's just the confidence, it feels like everything that Scatter is doing has a purpose, not doing any unnecessary moves. That is very rare, in my opinion.
Immaculate footsies, as they say in the business.
So deliberate. Is like...
And again, this is such a rough position for Vahvaloac to be at, but, you know, they have the upper hand at the moment, perhaps. Unfortunately, being sent back to neutral, this is an unfortunate position. There it is.
That
One
air
hit
to
from
air.
that, yeah, the jumping heavy, getting the round win. A descending jumping heavy into just jumping and getting the combo back.
That is crazy. If, like, I'm not sure if this is one of Scatter's good matchups or if he's just supercharged, super strong, because that was a showing and a half.
That was insane neutral.
Well, we had never seen Scatter before, but that really ingrained something in my brain at least. Gonna be looking forward to seeing them play once again. Holy shit! Alright, let's see. So, the order on the card got a little bit shuffled. I'm gonna refer to my player's command.
Yeah, so we have
Instead.
Aggu versus Sierra. So that's a big hitter match right away. Happening in the second position. Again, Aggu, actually both of these players are regulars here, who, you know, come in almost every week. Don't tend to play each other, as far as I'm aware. Not for a while at least. And both proven to be really strong contenders. So I'm excited to see this matchup. Especially because it's a Baiken versus Goldou. It's two characters that are kind of regarded as being, you know, at best, people say they're mid. At worst, people are very inflammatory about their abilities. But two characters that are defined by their kind of character loyalists, who put in a lot of effort into developing good stuff for them.
Yeah, and especially for Goldlou's character loyalists, we tend to see them quite a bit here on Bounty Hunters.
Yeah, Europe seems to be full of them. People just seem to like the funny American man. But yeah, I actually hang out in Smoib stream quite a bit, and it's crazy to see the stuff that he's able to do. It's so insane. I always appreciate so much people who are just so dedicated to their characters and to just being like, I don't care if you think I'm playing a low tier. I love this guy. I'm gonna keep playing.
And I mean, so many players do have tended to stick with Goldlou. So it's like, I wonder if the low tier Goldlou rumors are true or not. Because like Goldlou does do some really powerful things when you get in the position to do stuff. It's like you kind of want to say that they have a disadvantage in a lot of matches, but man, when Goldlou gets in, it's kind of like being. Would you rather be in the corner against Goldlou or Ramlethal? Be honest with me.
Oh, you know, at least, you know, I'm biased because I have played the one character in the game that has a good matchup against Ramlethal. That has the one illegal button that Ramlethal players hate. And definitely, I do not want to be in the corner against Goldlou. The chain of plus frames, and even if I'm blocking right every time, I'm getting chipped out of my life. But now, we're heading into Aggu and Sierra, and unfortunately for Aggu, this is kind of a, you know, they're here not gonna be the fan favorite, since this is a Goldlou loyalist fan stream. We have so many Goldlou players every week, and I think they're just gonna have to play the play the heel today.
Yeah, I feel like the position that used to inherit the People's Champion status in previous Guilty Gears was sort of like a, well, at least for Exert was Potemkin. I think that place has been replaced on Strive with Gold Lewis.
But speaking of enjoying Gold Lewis, Aggu here just not liking Gold Lewis, only because that traded, that was not a perfect round. But Aggu just decided, you know what, you love Gold Lewis so much, you're gonna have to watch him die. Now, in Sierra, being able to swing the coffin a little bit, but Aggu back on the offensive, playing Baiken super aggressively.
Oh, missing the burst as well. It's, you know, it is basically, oh, just hold still, plus frames. Ooh,
And Aggu and their love for the gun super is showing through already.
And that's
Sierra in a very rough position once again. But that's not the end.
Heartbait on the burst. Ah, Gold Lewis.
Unfortunately, not jumping high enough to avoid the gun.
Yeah, a little too thick. Not really the character who's prone to avoiding that super. But man, that was like 3 gun supers so far. The utility for that super is crazy for Baiken.
Yeah. Especially, you know, with someone such as Aggu who uses it a lot to its fullest potential. But oh, for a second there I thought we were gonna see some Gold Lewis rope pressure. Yeah, we're just seeing Aggu being relentless, and we've seen Aggu in the past, depending on the matchups, play very passively. So you know, it's the mark of a really good player, being able to adjust your playstyle to the game you're playing, to the character you're playing against.
Yeah, I think it's sort of the natural evolution of your playstyle. When you're playing against Gold Lewis, you will turn on the heat and just, you know, go heavy on the buttons when you're pressuring Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis, what he lacks is really like good defensive options that don't take meter. Like just not having a lot of good buttons to press when the opponent is sticking to you, and it shows here. It's not like Sierra like is choosing to not press buttons. They really can't press a lot of buttons, period. But I guess on the other hand, like if Sierra Vice managed to actually get hit, the roles get reversed very easily.
Yeah, but it's just a very difficult game to play in neutral here for Gold Lewis. Baiken does have a general advantage on the kind of mid-screen pressure and being able to even contest stuff from outside of Behemoth Typhoon range, as we've seen with the fancy use of Kabari, obviously the gun super, and the slash moves.
Wow, that was a very ambitious throw from very far away from Sierra.
Oh, solid 6B. Who says Gold Lewis 6B is worthless? It's really specific, but it's not worthless. Yeah, no, Aggu is just playing the really aggressive game because they are aware that if you give Gold Lewis an inch, he takes a mile.
It's interesting because Aggu is using a lot of that S-Kabare, that attaching the tether, which is, I believe, 0 on 1. Ooh, that's gonna work out though.
Yeah, that is going to work out. That's still a lot of damage. And now, Sierra actually gets to run immediate options and run offense. Getting the burst away.
Yeah, has to hold that. Big throw. With sight. Oh, you didn't guess it.
I got hit.
I got hit too. I was predicting front, but I think I blinked. I don't even remember which side Aggu went on, and that's, you know, that's kind of Baiken's mix-ups in a nutshell.
It's Schrodinger's tatami. It's on both sides, and it's always the one you didn't guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, to reply to kind of Mezzy in the chat, yeah, security gauge is such a passive mechanic that doesn't unfortunately equate to a lot of interaction. It's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, and Aggu hasn't really given Sierra a lot of space to even utilize that security at all. Like when is he supposed to take out of that gun or set up that droid?
Exactly. Just like that, there's another round going. Aggu is just not letting up one bit. And it's kind of strange, you know. A lot of Baiken players complain about the qualities of Kabari, and it seems like in this matchup, Aggu is just able to use it a lot really great effect on neutral to get either whiff punishes, get a little bit of pressure, be able to close the gap, even having crossed up already.
Yeah,
which can be really unsafe against most characters.
Ooh, there we see the gun though. But look at this. It's like even getting a knockdown with the gun just didn't get any opportunity to run pressure for SnailTiger. You just are not fast enough to run in after that.
That's kind of the problem with Gold Lewis is a lot of his really good buttons are quite slow. They're a lot slower than most of the cast's kind of options for a good reward. So it makes things complicated in such a matchup where you have a character that can contest the mid screen better than you, without you being able to get any reward off punishing them.
A little bit of saving grace here for Sierra. Aggu missed their burst. Now the resource advantage. This probably should get a kill, or almost.
Oh,
there we go.
I wonder if that was a wrong BT, because it feels like Sierra could have gone for a longer combo, or if that was some sort of setup.
Again, I think I keep saying this about Sierra, but look, it's been, I think Sierra has sat in the corner for like 90% of this match, but the 2 times that they actually got to run anything when they managed to start their pressure, the other time Aggu had burst, and the second time Sierra took the round. So very, very good, you know, consistency for
being able to throw
finishing.
out the drone in neutral. Actually, that's so good. It's what allowed Sierra right now to get in, and now really solid amount of damage and the ability to run a bit of pressure, but unfortunately, again, that H-Kabari being so valuable.
It's crazy. I think Aggu missed their H-Kabari, but still going for the follow-up and whiff punishing something from Sierra with that. That's kind of crazy.
And I think Sierra was actually trying to anticipate the follow-up coming up anyway, but just unfortunately being unable. I think the biggest thing that must be noted is that, you know, regardless of what the scoreboard says, Sierra's a proven, like, extremely strong player. It just goes to show how oppressive Aggu is being able to play right here and how well they are playing is more of a testament to Aggu's preparation for the matchup rather than any sort of fault on Sierra's side.
Man, we still have to kind of look at the scoreboard here. It is 5-0, and the fact is, if Sierra wants to turn this around, they're gonna have to take quite a few games here pretty soon before it's too late. Again, Aggu landing the first hit, now working the corner, getting even the wall break with a super.
Yeah, that's such a damaging super. Gold Lewis is a thick boy, and that's such a healthy chunk of his health gone. Oh, the drone denying space, allowing Sierra to get close.
Oh, this
jumping
is a
over the
chance.
2H, but the parry!
The first time Aggu brings that tool on the board, getting the round with it. It's like Aggu hasn't had to RPS on defense too many times, so they haven't even had the chance to utilize that tool much yet. But it does exist. And Sierra definitely knows now. Alright, good trade. Oh, but Aggu reading the throw, getting a backdash and a punish. Oh my god, Aggu has the positive bonus as well. This pressure is not gonna end.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way.
Wow, I gotta say, I did still not expect this to go this fast. I mean, these characters do quite a bit of damage, but I guess sometimes it just be like that. I can literally count on my left hand's fingers the times that SnailTiger has been able to, you know, get a turn to play. Ooh, speaking of turns.
And speaking of, add 1 to that counter. Still, gold burst. Okay, this is the chance. This is a chance for Sierra to do something great.
Yes, so much.
Really solid backdash from Aggu. This can get baited. Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunate for Sierra. That was still 60% of Viking's health just gone in an instant, in one opportunity for Sierra to run their game.
Oh, just the immediate burst. Doesn't want to take any chances with the potential custom combos with the tether attached for the opponent.
And already we have here a set point situation in Aggu's favor. Just 6-0. Insane gameplay from Aggu.
Missed the instant overhead, no problem. Still the RC. And wow, Sierra tries to get a burst of Aggu. Please! He's already dead. You're taking everything away from him. The overhead.
And there it is. I can't even follow what was happening. Aggu just kept going.
Jesus Christo.
That was. Whew.
Now, that was a speed run.
Yeah, that was certainly. Aggu said, I have to catch a flight in a bit or something. I have food in the oven. I'm gonna just go real quick and do a set. It was insane. Insane game.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely speculate a lot what happened there. I wonder, the matchup, I guess it's not too great for... Not only is that not too great for Goldluis, but man, did Aggu play that well.
Aggu did amazing.
This almost looked like single player. Alright, but... Which one do we have next? It's gonna be Fecian versus Eliitti, right? That's
yes.
Yeah, number 3.
I'm so excited for this one.
Yeah, I had really great hopes for Eliitti already, and boy, they did not let us down last week. Had a really amazing match, went super down to the wire, clutched it at the end, and now against another super strong player here. Finnish Zato player Eliitti facing off against Fecian. Jacko, one of the few Jacko players still left in Europe.
In the world, really, you know, it's Fecian, it's Deknud when they're not unfortunately injured, and who else we have? Adventure? Is Adventure still on Jacko?
That's a good question.
And who else is known? Is a non-Jacko player?
I like
Adventure plays Anji now.
It's like a lot of these Jacko players have just moved on. Gamma used to play Jacko, not anymore.
Yeah, not Pichu, but didn't not Pichu drop Jacko? Recently, I'd seen them play Happy Chaos, going from one end of the spectrum to the other. Oh, Pichu is back. Okay. Because last time I was in the tower, I saw Pichu playing Happy Chaos. I got bodied and decided, I'm okay.
I mean, that's respectable. Sometimes it's just sometimes when you get matched against somebody who's so strong, you just don't get to play at all, and you're like,
especially
wow.
when it's the Happy Chaos Eno matchup.
Yeah. I mean, Happy Chaos is the embodiment of, you know, only one player is playing here. I kind of hope they change Happy Chaos gameplay a little bit. It would be a lot of much more fun if the opponent got to play more than like once every 15 seconds or something. I don't know.
Also, shoutouts Barry Bones winning the local in London.
Ooh.
Now. I was keeping an eye on that bracket.
Right,
I'll have to go see the.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that for a bit, because Fecian needs 5 minutes before they are ready to go. What was that event going on?
It was Meltdown. I think it's just a local. I think it's a monthly. It's a very recent event that's popped up in London
Mm-mm-mm.
that I think was the 4th installment of just now. If someone who's currently in the UK can say, because obviously I haven't been. Actually, it's been 9 months now since I've been in the UK. I don't know what's going on in terms of locals around the London area.
It was kind of cool because I think they streamed most of the whole shebang.
Yeah, it was a really nice venue as well, and it was at a very nice looking, well lit bar. Everyone was just hanging out. I got to see Xander, my friend, on stream. I think it's emblematic that he got taken out by an Eno. Just kidding. Xander is a better player than me.
I feel like we have a lot of these normal type online events available every week for pretty much any region, but there's not a whole lot of streamed content of offline matches. So it's super fun to see actual living, breathing human beings on the screen for once in their natural habitat, no less.
Yeah, it's crazy to see, kind of the return to locals showing up. I mean, unfortunately for me, kind of where I am, there's never been a very big local scene. There's stuff happening up in Lisbon regularly. But it's nice to see other people being able to go back.
Yeah, we kind of do have our own offline events in Helsinki as well, but very rarely are those streamed. We actually have a very similar setup to what the UK setup looked like. It's kind of like in a video gaming bar with a lot of PCs just lined next to each other, and the availability of alcoholic beverages. That seems like if I was still a drinking person, I would be a lot about that.
It seems that we have Fecian here ready to go, so shall proceed to gaming. This is going to be a 6-set. I'm excited.
It's like, in my mind, Eliitti has so much untapped potential. This guy could definitely reach up to, the levels that, like, who are the top Finnish players, like the likes of Shady, where they could be. So like, I definitely want to see Eliitti play more of the top European competitors. And here we have
immediate aggressivity from Eliitti, getting half of Fecian's health away and the burst. And the 5B check against the incoming minions, just not relenting. And now is this just a round?
Oh, the patience, not even summoning.
You don't need to summon. You're just gonna be wasting Eddie Gauge.
That was a lot of respect from Eliitti. Having that massive life advantage, but still saying, all right, listen, I don't want to get hit. That one hit could easily turn into stuff. So just spending the burst, getting the round. But now they don't have it.
And now it's Fecian's turn to play. Unfortunately, really early wall break, but the meter advantage. Oh, that
takes us around. Yeah.
There's no way that doesn't kill. Fecian Driver deals so much damage, and Zato is not known for being bulky.
Yeah, that first burst was definitely, sort of acknowledgement that my character's defense is not the greatest, so I want to be the one on the controlling end of the matchup. I want to be the one playing, and you're just...
Fecian trying to get the minion out to get some setups going already for when they know that they can get back into this corner. Unless they just die here, and I might eat my words.
Ooh, that was very close.
On a sliver of health, having to deal with Oki.
Because they chose the damage super, they did not have the Eddie meter ready to go. Still a very advantageous position for Eliitti. They only need one jab, which you can see they've been trying to 5B quite a bit.
Yeah, but Fecian, as we saw last week, is just the moment they get the advantage and they get the setups going, it can be so difficult to stop them. They are so consistently able to just manipulate the minions to do exactly what they want to do.
Finally!
but surprise frog.
That was like the third frog. Fecian was placing themselves in a perfect place where the frog was just missing. They were trying to take out minions, but didn't really get a good window of opportunity to snipe Eliitti with the throw.
There's the 5D finding a hit and converting into a really respectable amount of damage on Jacko. A solid 2H. And now you're in the corner against Jacko.
Oh, nice! Sent the little guy there.
Good burst bait.
Now sort of back to neutral. Ooh, trying to slide under the jump D. Good idea, but didn't quite get out of the way of that projectile. Ooh, attempting a whip punish there. Straight into the sandwich. A good defense from Fecian and runs out of the final mix-up.
Yeah, these are two incredibly massive brain players. I mean, you can tell by their character picks that they like to just run the setup bit on you. And look at that.
Get another opportunity for like the hit that the jump 2D that Fecian used there to sort of slide under the froggy leap. That wasn't the first time that Fecian did that. They did that earlier as well, so.
Yeah, there was really unfortunate bit of a gap in the pressure that Fecian was putting up there, where they just kind of ran out of minions to throw out.
Look at that.
The biggest problem of Jacko is just how frail your minion setups can be. Even if you're just blocking hits, your minions are just gone. On the anti-air minion throw. Now, just zoning with the little dudes.
Oh, the jump D overhead.
Oh wow, you got a hit. There's no way anyone watching this blocked that.
God, this feels so bad, getting hit by like 40% of your life and then Zato building enough meter to just finish with a Sun Void and gets Eddie back once again, and oh boy. Yeah, look at that, the 2D. The 2D seems so good. If you're at a perfect spacing. Fecian showing that the 2D can actually be a pretty decent surprise snipe tool. It kind of like it slides.
Oh my god, that grab into the gold burst bait, and now Eliitti just has to hold this pressure, and Fecian has the meter to finish.
Shit, that's a lot of damage for Jacko. That combo would have done over 50%. If Eliitti still had life left.
That was an insane grab from Fecian, just finding the gap in the middle of all the Eddie mess happening on the screen, and then immediately turning it into a really stressful pressure scenario for Eliitti to deal with, and grabbing the round win.
Right, the Eddie gauge is finally recovered, but we need a little bit of breathing room to be able to get the puppet out.
They're going in with the 5B, just clearing out the minions.
Wow, the footsies! Where did you see that? The 5 from downtown! That beat!
That just killed! Just killed!
What the fuck? That beat Sato 2S from half screen! Hello? What are these interactions? Fecian 2-1 lead. Showing...
How often do you see this caliber of Jacko play?
It's like, wow, Fecian definitely has some, you know, character matchup specific interactions down. Wow, what a deep dash. Checking.
Just using the RC to guarantee that Eliitti gets to the corner. Because in the corner with minions out, that's the danger zone. That's the no-no square.
Oh, yeah.
Attacking the into the oppose, you're gonna get yourself played with.
That's the flip
Look
side
at that damage, 60% at least of Jacko's health is gone.
Again, the 2D. Eliitti sending the shadow deep onto the other end of the screen, but Fecian is diving under all the time with that 2D. Still, Eliitti gets the round.
But you can see the adaptation there, you know. Fecian trying to get another well-timed backdash to deal with the pressure there, and Eliitti just said, I'm just gonna throw oppose ahead, and I'm gonna step backwards and do a little bit of a long-range sweep to be safe. And it was all that was necessary.
Ooh, smart, spending the meter there to slow down time and get the Eddy Gauge back in action. Oh yeah, Fecian can't burst this anymore.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. An unfortunate situation to be in.
Yeah,
But that just goes to show kind of the level that Eliitti is at. That Game 4 was able to already adapt to the way Fecian was dealing with their pressure.
A lot of those P buttons are in retaliation of the minion throws. And so far the 5Bs and the 2Bs have been hitting pretty well, but...
Oh, football kick the minion over, gets sent to the corner, but Zato just,
nice
with the ability to fly, just gets to circumvent that.
Yeah, it seems kind of tricky.
That was an insane burst bait.
Yeah, once you get a couple of minions out, it doesn't seem the easiest thing in the world for Zato to get a summon of any kind out.
Really solid ending to the round there on Fecian, just ending it with a little minion attack command on the YRC. I do think that just having gone for the Elysian drive on the combo would have gotten the kill.
Ooh, nice air-to-air.
Ooh, catching the backdash with close slash, and now the Among Us just kills?
Wow! It's surprisingly heavy damage for both of these characters. I mean, these two characters are, you know, not really known for their health or their guts at all.
Yeah, they're definitely known for the amount of damage they can dish out, and I think that's a dangerous combo. Is no health, tons of damage on both sides.
Whoa, the movement! Actually, air dashing under the arc again! Low profiling with 2S. Eliitti finds the hit, and here we go. This is where the blender starts. But Fecian has been pretty good on the defense.
Fecian's been hit, but has one more opportunity. 2Ps, just checks to try to do.
Wow, what respect. Even though Fecian had the slowdown frames there, was sort of hesitant pressing any buttons against that air approach from Eliitti. Oh wow, not even attempting to punish. Now Eliitti getting the corner, get the burst out. Resetting the situation. Wow, Eliitti having none of that, just 2P checks it. Oh, you're poking into the...
Yeah, look at this damage. And Eliitti can just keep going. Wow. Unfortunately, drops the sword super, but Fecian just wasn't ready. Gets hit with the drills from behind.
He's reading the throw attempt, and now Fecian with very little health. Yeah, that's really the gamble that you're taking. Fecian has been dashing forward, pressing a lot of buttons, trying to catch Eliitti summoning, but when you summon into that oppose and the opponent pokes into it, oh my goodness, you're gonna take a counter hit too heavy and a really big punish as a result. Oh,
now Fecian had a really low amount of health. That's just, there's no way you're living through that. Eliitti pulling ahead 2 points.
Yeah, the start of the set, very even, but now the momentum has shifted a little, and it's Fecian's time to show what is the adjustment here.
Yeah. Now that the same setups aren't working, I wonder what Fecian can pull out of the bag.
Wow, so
grab
smart
through the oppose.
Yeah, the oppose kinda like anti-strike. You cannot press a button into it, but
2P clearing the minions once again. And it's so unfortunate how easy it can be to deal with Jacko's minions in a lot of situations.
Wow, the counterport drunkard shade. That is not only
for a reversal.
Jump out, yeah.
There's no way Eliitti is getting hit by that.
Yeah, that's really not a true grappler super. Post flash, you can still jump. No worries. Ooh, good 6P this time. Fecian has been having some problems with anti-airing those flight jump-ins, but this time gets the burst off. No corner pressure for Eliitti this time. Again, the aggressive dash, going for some sort of a reach 2S, but hitting nothing. RC, both players missing some buttons. The frog gets there, unsummons, doesn't manage to mount any relevant pressure. However, the chip damage is relevant here. Fecian can't take too many blows.
Yeah, manages to kill Eddie, but then Eliitti just went in.
Yeah.
Even without Eddie, just hitting anything would have done enough chip damage to deal with it.
It's kind of like kill the puppet, but at what cost is pretty much the story of Zato in every Guilty Gear game. Ooh, nice timing this time.
Oh, unable to block that burst, even though it feels like Fecian would have been trying to do it there. Just holding the minion doesn't allow for that.
Nice, Eliitti staying nice and close to Fecian. That jump deep projectile missing. Ooh, the frog is there to close out the air pathways. Goldberg beats it!
Insane?
Right, we're not faced though. Two heavy anti-air as a row. Wow, how often do you see that?
I think it's a very good option, especially considering that Fecian was trying to stall their air movement by dropping the minion.
Couple of claps, set up big throw. You know, Eliitti has so much momentum going here.
It's definitely not over. It just takes a little bit of an adaptation from Fecian to grab a lot of momentum back.
That was a sick conversion. And it's still going. Eliitti trying to dash forward. Here we go. But no minions available yet. Just 2P able to be pressed. Wow, the deep dash once again.
Has been one of Fecian's strongest options. Going for it once again, but getting jumped over by Eliitti into the command grab now with full Eddie gauge. What do you do?
Here's where it starts. Fecian is getting their burst back soon. Gets it off. Wow, doesn't get to utilize the install super at all. Eliitti will have the wall break here and another game.
Yeah, now 4 points ahead on set point.
Oh no! Say it isn't so, senpai. Not now.
Oh no, not
I need
not
this.
at this point.
I need this match in my life. Please. I beg of you. No.
Oh. Come on, players. Tell us you recognize what's happening. I think they may have not seen it, so we're gonna have to commentate on some just health bars.
I mean, this is one of those rare circumstances where I'm gonna be counter biased and say hopefully Fecian wins this one.
Definitely, because it would be such a shame to have the set end on a game we're not able to. But it seems that Fecian has a bit of a life lead here. Really solid stuff. I bet there's some good corner setups going on.
So
speaking of, a whole chunk of Fecian's health just vanished.
Yeah, even though Zato is a puppet character, they still have one of the highest damage potentials in the game, especially when working in tandem. And especially of that 2 heavy counter hit, you can reliably expect 50% of your life disappearing when you get hit by something good, especially if you touch that pose.
Yeah, definitely. And, unfortunately, it seems that Fecian took a loss on that first round and is trying very hard to claw back out of the hole. But this might just be set point for Eliitti.
This is pretty crazy because I thought Eliitti just didn't get any relevant sparring partners for this match, and I think they said that they don't have a lot of Jacko experience to begin with. So, but despite all that, they've seemed like they've been doing their homework, or maybe they're just adjusting on the fly. Who knows? I mean, when it comes to this guy,
Maybe they're just built different.
I mean, they are built very different, at least in my head. Is like this is one of the fastest developing Finnish player back in the Exert era.
Especially considering they've been playing Strive for what, a month? You said there's very little time. This is, and then incredible amount of development and skill giving into the game fresh.
But I mean, it's like, of course, fighting game prowess sort of transfers from game to game, and once you get good in one fighting game and you have good fundamental base to build on.
And that was it for Fecian, it seems.
Damn. Eliitti
Really,
just taking that.
Tried super hard, but unfortunately just wasn't enough to take take more rounds. Oh.
Yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint like what happened there. They were going kind of back and forth. The neutral, it's definitely the neutral. After like 4 or 5 games, Eliitti just, held down the fort. Didn't really give Fecian a lot of opportunities to run their offense at all. And you know what's gonna happen if you're not able to put Sato in that defensive position. They're gonna run their stuff. They're gonna put you in a sandwich. They're gonna do all those dirty things to you, and you're gonna be guessing high, low, strike, throw. Man, that was even better than I expected. I at least expected them to go relatively evenish, but seems like some of my predictions have come true about Eliitti there. I think this calls for even harder matches for Eliitti. I just want to see how far this guy can go in Strive. All right. Well, next up.
Yeah, it's Solid versus Gamma. Gamma, recurring gamer here, Axel player.
All right, so as per Finnish tradition, I heard a rumor that Solid has maybe been drinking a couple of alcoholic beverages last night. So we have the gamer buff, also known as hangover.
That's just the Finnish install super.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, if we take into account every single instance where a Finnish player was drinking last night and then played a public show event, I gotta say, usually while being hungover, they perform exceptionally well, which is kind of counterintuitive. But that's I'm not making this up or anything. It's just that's how it seems to me.
I think maybe it's the impairment from the alcohol kind of eliminates all of the incorrect thoughts from your brain. You are reduced to your bare minimum, to your primal instincts. The you that knows how to fight, the you that keeps going, that presses buttons the best. And maybe we're gonna see that. We're gonna see Ultra Instinct Solid here just come in and destroy this supposed 9-1 matchup in Axel's favor. This is one of the roughest matchups that Gold Lewis can be on. So I'm really interested to see how Solid is going to play it.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors how this one goes. Some people say that it's not that bad if you learn it. It's, on layer 1, obviously it seems pretty good for Axel, but when we crack the numbers, we take into account every single option and try to run it at high level. I guess it's not desperate, because once Gold Lewis, if Gold Lewis manages to get in, Axel dies, right? There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. But it's the process becoming it. I wonder how good Solid is as at the super PRC jump. Because I think that's kind of the key. That can be the key to this matchup, is being able to use Melee. And oh my god, just the very tip of that Behemoth Typhoon hitting poor little British boy.
Oh, wait.
Hold on, Solid?
The gold burst, that must have been a miss input.
Either miss input or just a really advanced BM. Okay.
I mean, you gotta have some massive balls for BMing
okay.
on the first
I
game.
have to say, Gamma, I am very upset that you didn't just go for one vision off of the command grab, right? Because that's the one thing. The moment there's an Axel player on the screen, I am rooting to see some JoJo ass time stop combos on. And if Gamma isn't gonna provide that for me, I'm going to be heartbroken.
So in other words, one vision or riot.
One vision or riot.
Oh, but let's see.
That's sad. Oh.
Again, trouble in the corner. Never mind, just doubling it up. This might actually kill. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, there's no way. It's a Gold Lewis against the poor British boy. America versus UK.
I mean, it's kind of understandable. We're still kind of hungover. The hands are shaking. You sometimes press the wrong button, like accidentally pressing the D and getting the gold burst. Understandable, but Solid doesn't need it. Solid is so solid that they can throw a little, right? Whoa! The
jumpy.
I mean,
who has seen that Gold Lewis button? Like ever, you know.
They do say that that jumpy is actually pretty decent for Gold Lewis, but it's...
Yeah, but how often do you actually see the Gold Lewis player go for it?
That's right.
It's so good. This goes to show the level that Solid is at. And there you go, game one goes to them. You know, after BMing with the gold burst.
Question mark?
Question mark BM?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The level one zoning. I mean, Gold Lewis has a very slow run, has very limited jumping options, and it's a lot of the times it is the jump in RPS that you gotta go for traditionally against Axel, because Axel just, you know, controlling the ground is his thing. Ooh, guess it's wrong. Tried to go for a defensive 6P, but that time Gamma just went low instead.
And now with the health differential in Gamma's favor, this is a tough situation to be the Gold Lewis player. There's the super RC jump, but Gamma just running under it. Continuing the zoning.
I mean, that gives you so much momentum that you actually need to have Axel on the complete other side of the screen. Otherwise, you might actually...
Really solid grab on the landing, and now giving Solid a really decent chance of just taking this round, of just robbing it with chip damage.
Oh, no! Out of meter! That's a chip kill! Holy shit! I mean, that's what Gold Lewis does to you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do against that? Like, you have no meter, you're too far away to get a solid punish hit and stop that from coming. You just gotta hold it.
Yeah, but that's honestly, that's fair. That's your reward for getting in on Axel, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was saying that such a health differential, but just one interaction can change the course of the round so dramatically.
Yeah, in this good 6P.
Really solid 6P, covering the rest of the angles that the drone wouldn't cover at that point. And now Gamma, I think the command grab allowing Solid to just get in, but just burst.
You know, honestly, the command grab is one of the best chances for you to actually get in as Gold Lewis. That might be a super dangerous gambit for Axel to go for.
I think, yeah, without the meter to then kind of follow it up with stuff like one vision.
Yeah, look at that again. It just gave Solid the opportunity to take up the gun.
Well, unfortunately, he doesn't block the reversal.
Wow, this is chess. Round start 6P. You would imagine that, you know, with characters like Gold Lewis on the screen, it would be over really fast, but
It's over really fast when they manage to get in, and the moment they're being zoned away, that just takes a while. Oh, really solid coffin hit.
Oh, still gets the combo. He's dead. Oh, he
Oh
missed it.
no! That is unfortunate. No, that hits OTG.
Oh my god! Is that the hardest hitting OTG in the game? I completely thought they missed that. What in the solid showing some stuff.
It's a pretty hard hitting OTG, but have you seen Nago 6H?
I mean, fair. That was like all the churns in the world. I kind of wish Gamma had more health. I wanted to see how much damage that actually does. I think we can sort of safely say that it does a shit ton.
Yeah. Especially against Axel? Hello.
I think Axel is one of the lowest guts characters in the game. This time manages to clear the minigun.
Oh, let's go. Oh, unfortunately, just as Solid was landing, so doesn't get the time stop properly, but
yeah,
we'll hit the command grab for the finish.
That super does not hit OTG.
And this is why Axel isn't as good.
Imagine if you could hit one vision OTG and, you know, bring yourself in a better mid situation with that.
Oh, really good hit. There we go.
Ah, missing it once again.
Still has it. Still can go.
Yeah, there it dissipates.
Not anymore.
Actually forgot, one vision, if you whip it, is it a lot of recovery? I think it's fairly safe. It just doesn't, you know.
I think it's also fairly safe from just how you inherently typically, you know, you're pretty far away from your opponents as Axel.
Right.
I think that's the biggest saving grace,
Yeah.
is the extra advantage that provides you.
Alright, Gamma getting on board.
Solid rents and hits, but unfortunately wait.
Alright, clears it out. That's good. I was about to say, that's kind of dangerous using the Renzen follow-up that pulls them close. That's gonna give them a little bit of space to RPS instead of having to, you know, get through the obstacle course.
Apparently someone in chat letting us know that one vision activation is 0 on blocks.
So
Actually,
not too bad.
Yeah, Beam Super is actually such a good option. It forces the Axel player to come at you, which is desirable for Gold Lewis, one can say.
Yeah, I guess the only downside is that the activation is not invulnerable, and you're very prone to getting poked out of the startup.
Definitely. I mean, as a bit of a whiff punish tool, just punishing a whiff by creating a positional advantage situation.
Ooh, tried to catch the jump out with a behemoth, no dice this time. Solid has had pretty decent success with the minigun though. And here we go, here comes the chip damage. Gamma, yeah, notices it's gonna chip a bit.
Gamma, you have no meter.
It's kind of the trade-off. Do you want to spend the life? Do you want to take million chip damage?
The rents and breaking all of those bullets as it went. Those are some solid scythe. Okay, yes, let's go.
Oh, maybe a burst bait?
Maybe? I just wanted to see it. I just got excited. You know, speaking of being excited over one vision combos, the Vigilante, you know, local hero, is actually working on an Axel combo music video.
Ooh.
I'm excited to see it.
Gimme.
It's a bit of a secret. When it's gonna come out, can't say, but...
Oh, leaked?
I'm not gonna say anything. We've seen some sauce. Vigilante is such a sick player, I just want to give the shout out. Go watch his Soul video.
Speaking of sick things, dash block into IB.
Yeah, and speaking of sick things, there's an Axel on the offensive, getting BT'd away.
Yo, they instant blocked it so that Solid actually didn't get the cross up. That looks so funky. Now that's an interaction.
The far slash? into a big combo. This can hurt a lot and will give Solid a lot of advantage exactly on this tap. That 2K2D from Axel is such a good set of gantlings.
Super great escape from Gamma. That was actually a very fatal situation. Yeah, you don't realize how close to Gamma was losing that round. GoldLewis had Solid had a droid coming, one hit away from taking it, and Gamma managed to flip the position somehow. Ooh. Axel, big throws. And since Solid does not have a burst here, frisky enough to double it up, use the RC, get the wall break, yeah. Was trying to take the minigun out there, but too heavy gets there in time. That's kind of the thing. You do have a couple of things on GoldLewis that can reach full screen. The minigun, the droid, the super, but all of those can get very easily tagged by long-range pokes from Axel.
Especially stuff because drone doesn't even go full screen if you're not at maximum security level.
Right.
Which is, you know, the hardest bit about it to use is having to wait and only being able to use, you know, kind of roughly every 10 seconds, having the proper Oki. Not Oki, full screen.
That was the previous jump D that Solid used to get in was phenomenally placed. I've heard rumors. Wow, the damage. Yeah, as I was about to say, I've heard the rumors about, you know, GoldLewis jump D in this matchup when it's perfectly spaced, and I can believe it. It might be, at certain spaces, really hard for Axel to deal with.
Yeah, again, Axel has the kind of limited range of moves that at specific angles you really do hit the kind of struggle bits for Axel to get his sights out.
The vertical reach of GoldLewis 6P works wonders for Solid.
Yeah, really solid. Really solid 2-0 game to equal up the scores here between these two players. Being such a well-paced match so far. You know, as much as this is such a doomed matchup from what you typically hear is saying that GoldLewis is in such a disadvantage, it's 7-3, 8-2, 9-1. You hear all of those things being said about this matchup, but Solid's just saying, like, with a little bit of patience, with the right knowledge, you can get in, you can get the win.
I mean, there is definitely the CBT aspect, but I mean, you pick your poison when you pick the big body character, right?
Yeah, it is on you. You know what you're getting into when you pick these characters, but it's the kind of love for the character that really carries people to just deal with this stuff and still play and do well.
Yeah, the thing
which is the important.
Yeah, the thing to note though that like those CBT quotation matchups are not necessarily bad for the character who has to be patient for half the round.
Exactly. And it's if anything is of note is that, you know, GoldLewis players have shown time and time again with the proper dedication to the character that you can just deal with these really rough matchups. And the command grab going through the Skyfish.
Missing a lot of 5Bs.
And yeah, one thing to note about kind of bursting in this matchup is, at least on the side of the person playing against Axel, burst can be kind of a double-edged sword. Okay.
Ooh. Gets the burst off before one vision goes active. But this is still, this gotta be a Axel favorite position when you're super low on health, because you're kind of expected to lose a little bit of life on the way in against Axel, right? So
yeah, even if it is just on chip trying to dash block. But I was about to say, kind of bursting against Axel can be a double-edged sword, because if you're not doing it into the corner, you may as well be giving Axel the advantage in that position.
Right. And I guess that's why Solid has been, like, whenever they can, gone for that, you know, super aggressive burst that sort of just bursts Gamma into the corner. and aims to keep the position. That's why Solid kinda can't burst here in mid-screen. Security level 3 minigun block doesn't lead into much. Another really important thing is, like, before getting in, you would love to have at least 50 meter in the tank. Oh, wow, what is this? Still has the ball vision and managed to go with it! Oh.
And yes!
Very nice. I thought that was spaghetti, but it was an advanced reset. Am I right?
I'm just happy.
Yeah, even with that backdash, that slow Gold Luis backdash and that slow Gold Luis forward dash, able to get a lot of real estate back when that command grab whiffs. Oh, that's a big investment in meter for such a small hit, but I mean, we are still. Oh, hello though! Yo, that was what a setup, whiffing the behemoth into close slash. Solid has so much meter here.
Insane amount of pressure.
I think Gamma
Solid
is dead.
gets to just run the whole set. Yeah, even if Gamma defended perfectly, they just did not have the meter to stop themselves from dying to chip.
Yeah, that was too much chip damage coming in, and they were way too far from the burst as well. A little bit of close range action. It's actually a very dangerous position for Axel. Get the throw. Oh, playing with fire. Here comes the air behemoth. Get the cross up. And this is potentially one-hit kill range. Oh, speaking of one.
Okay.
Yeah, it
solid backdash on the command grab.
It really makes sense for Solid to hang back until that one vision goes. Whoa! That's one way to clear it.
Invulnerable. He's got the big brain strats right now.
Slowly running out that air behemoth tycoon. Whoa, that's elite! Yo! Oh, didn't get to utilize
If we'd
it.
just seen something happening with that, I would have yelled.
You know, I think that was still the best burst that Solid could have gone for. Trying to, like, pray that Gamma extends themselves into it, into the cold burst. Block on the overhead. And yeah, we're of course spending the 50 meter, another slow overhead. How often do you see that one?
Oh, and the whole combo just tearing apart Axel. Nothing you can do about it.
That's the thing. It's like slow overhead into slow overhead. The slow overhead is so plus on block that, you know, it's really hard to justify challenging in there. But that's what they want to take advantage of. Got a whole lot of coming out of that security level 3 minigun, but it's okay. We're slowly building meter. Oh, and this is what the meter was built for. Here we go. RC in.
One grab. Yeah. Not even going for the drone Oki, just going for the medium low BT.
Look at Gamma's first meter. They were just about to get it, but perfect timing on the offense for Solid. Wow. That's definitely a definition
I wonder if Solid saw that and didn't go for the Oki drone because of it. Because, you know, if Gamma blocked it, those would have been multiple hits that would have given potentially given the burst.
And even though Gamma is on a one game lead here, he can flip so easily. The momentum.
We've seen Solid have some very dominant wins so far.
No burst. 50 meter though. What are we gonna do though, Gamma? Finally gets a 5P off. Oh, it's gonna be so close to finishing.
And the overhead.
Even without the pressure here, Solid probably had a victory condition with a Skyfish. Even at like security level 1. The aggressive dash, 2K. Oh, now have to respect this, right? That's a pretty good dealage of the drone. It's like Gamma getting hit a little on the way in. Oh, whoa, that was clean.
Solid BRC air grab.
How is that jump heavy not active? Oh my goodness. Back to defending full screen. Here's the super. Yeah. Oh!
Wildest cross up.
Oh, that's a game. Is he gonna burst though? Oh, the 6p! Well, you thought that was a setup, but
I think Gamma just didn't go for the rest of the combo because they thought Solid would be able to burst away from it.
yeah.
I don't think it was actually a drop. I think it was supposed to be a bait, but Solid wasn't able to burst. I'm really confused.
It's really sometimes in the heat of the moment you're sort of like you acknowledge that there is something to burst and you're not quite sure how to burst it and ends up turning into a lot of spaghetti. The YRC gives a tick throw setup. Gamma did lose a lot of life though from that chip damage. Oh yeah, of course. 2K, 5D.
Finish it out.
I need to use that more as well when the opponent has 0 life. The 5D is actually a pretty decent gambit for finishing rounds with. Nice, vacuuming Solid into the corner and now has so much more real estate to gamble on.
Really solid hit on a far slash.
However, hitting stuff that far if you don't manage to convert into something relevant. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, a little too close, I think.
That was very unfortunate that it went to the wrong way.
Alright, opting to take the wall break without the super. Wow, the round start 6p doing work! Probably had to wipe purple RC to actually save themselves after that command throw attempt.
It's a solid realization, but then the unfortunate reality that you just put yourself in a really rough position. But good acknowledgement of Solid on the option to get hit by the command grab.
Yeah, and was able to deal pretty well with the security drone as well. Solid working on that 50 meter. Gamma has the meter in the pocket. Where is the opening? Again, getting hit by the drone, not the biggest of deals. So far, so good. Little hits, but they start to add up in the end. Oh, takes a big gamble trying to land the decisive hit with Rensen.
And now just playing it slow and
Yeah.
one last hit. Works out.
That's pretty much I guess that's like how you would love as an actual player for every round to look like. It's gonna take a lot of work. You can't really rush it. I mean, unless the God Lewis player takes a huge gamble and jumps into one of your big starters, then yeah, sure. But other than that, it's probably gonna be this, chipping, poking, prodding, a little bit at a time. This is more than a little bit at a time, though, when you manage to get the
that's a
opponent
really solid amount of combo damage. Plus positive bonus leaves Gamma very comfortable. With a lot of resources to play defense.
Good prediction from Gamma as well. You sort of see them stop everything that they were doing and were waiting for the Skyfish to come out at the right moment. Emptying the opponent's security gauge.
I didn't even realize we're already in the match point here. just one more round for Gamma, and that's the set.
It's gonna be, ooh, catching the backdash, but no conversion. It's been, like, I guess Solid can't, you know, afford to go in too hard with the drone, because otherwise you're gonna get tagged on the way in, and you're not gonna get much rewards. Oh my god!
Oh, the super jump! Oh, the gold burst!
Oh, I
Okay,
think Gamma has
this
to
is
burst here
solid
or
start.
die. Chooses the burst.
Solid has one more chance to get in.
Oh no, he can't trade. Oh, the perfect hit! Solid! He's doing it! He's alive!
Amazing.
Oh
Amazing.
my god! Still, the hope is alive. Every Finnish player charting the Spirit Bomb, the national treasure, the Gold Louis. My god, I can't hold it.
This is still just a very rough position because Gamma, all they need is this one round.
Oh, look, Solid has the 50 meter. Uses it for a super. Here's the opening. And here's the mix-up. Oh, gets the backdash. That's gonna be big. And Gamma doesn't have the burst yet. This could be.
Doesn't have the burst, doesn't have the meter? This is just they have to hold it?
He's gonna die. He has no meter. Solid is making it into the last match of the set. For a while.
The flying Gold Lewis. Flying into the 6-6 position.
The Dickinson Express, if you will. Here it is. All 12 matches before this have been just data, and now here are the reads that will make all the difference in the world. The championship round.
Yeah. The one with the most information, the most everything just running on it. And it's about how these two really good players just adapt to everything they've seen over the last 12 games and taking it to the final one.
Oh, the follow-up of the Rens and catching Solid. But small victories. Solid was able to get the burst out of Gamma that round. So
yeah.
maybe there's an opening to get a win
Solid
here.
definitely a lot closer to getting burst, but as established before, just burst against Axel is such a difficult thing to use effectively.
Yeah, when you fly at Axel with those air behemoths, it doesn't seem like you're gonna get a lot of frame advantage. Again, hits.
Solid hit with the Skyfish, allowing Solid to cut a lot of distance. It's still just a few tiny interactions away from losing the entire set.
Oh, is that it? Almost. Where's the in? It's nowhere to be found. And in
it was
the
such
last,
a well-played set, though.
Yeah, it really. I mean, some would say that it was anticlimactic at the end, but I mean that's honestly the matchup just played at its, you know, the very fundamental level. It's gonna be just that. Gold Louis dash blocking forward, trying to look for where is the opening, gambling here and there. You sometimes have to take the risk. And in the last game, Solid just didn't find it. Really good set though. I mean that should, if nothing else so far, that should sort of solidify the fact in your head that that matchup is not necessarily like nothing can be done kind of matchup for Gold Louis. There was a lot of stuff going back and forth, and Solid was almost able to take it against a super strong player.
I think the important thing to note, the important takeaway from this is that, I mean, regardless of the discussion of how heavily weighed to one side or another a set may be, or the score of a matchup may be, the important takeaway is that you can always learn to play better and learn to play the matchup itself. You know, regardless of what the theory might say about what happened, there's still something that you can do outside of, I mean, you know, there's some very old games where there are definitely some difficult situations.
I think it's important to.
But yeah,
I think it's
Sorry.
super important to recognize where are the places that you can RPS, where are your victory conditions, how can you get to your victory conditions. Because a lot of the like tricky matchups to play, such as Gold Lewis versus Axel, on layer 1, if you're just doing the same stuff that you would love to do in many of your matchups, it's probably not gonna work out, right? You will need to find the openings for that specific matchup and play for those openings actively. It's like knowing how you can win and, you know, playing the matchup right. Of course, it can be very frustrating if you can't do your YOLO swag 420 bullshit in a particular matchup, the stuff that you're used to, but hey, you know, that's fighting games.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at the end of the day, the fighting game is still a fighting game, and you can still fight back, like regardless of whatever's going on. You can still be the better player, and that's the important thing. You should always aim to be the best player, regardless of what character you play, what the matchups might be. You can still get the wins. You can be the 3 in the 7-3 matchup.
Alright, and next up, we got the wild card. Had a couple of American signups this week. We had a lot of difficulties trying to bring at least one American matchup on the card tonight. Originally had NA versus NA, that sort of fell through. Now we have NA versus EU. I hope NKellyy is ready to go. Well, I did ask the guys to do a connection test.
I think they did one earlier. I saw them talking in the chat saying that they were going to do a connection test. So we can hope that they have hopped on and have seen and have made sure that everything works, because yeah, I mean, if they haven't said anything about their connection, then I'm hoping that it just means that it's all good.
Otherwise, we'll just fuck it. We'll do it live and see how it turns out. I mean, if it's not good enough, then you know, can always try again next time with a different configuration. But at least we can see how it is. You know, with the blessed rollback netcode, it is actually somewhat possible to play between continents, especially East Coast and West Europe, although this is going to be Texas to Austria, so it's not strictly East Coast and it's not strictly Western Europe, so...
Yeah, it's definitely pushing it, but I mean, you know... I've played someone from Malaysia and had a solid connection. I mean, there are some rollback frames, but
yeah, actually, that was my bad. It was there was another sign up who was from Michigan. I think I did NKellyy dirty here, because I did end up telling them that their opponent was gonna be from Michigan, but that was my bad. That was the other guy. So I might have screwed up. Uh-oh.
we'll see. Again, you know, if the routing doesn't suck too bad, you might actually have an alright connection.
Oh, right. I think there was also a little bit of a misunderstanding who was gonna... Yeah, oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Because originally, it wasn't supposed to be Takoyaki who plays, and I think I forgot to mention to NKellyy exactly which player they were gonna play. So they were probably messaging the wrong player about, oh my god, this is such a clusterfuck and it's all my fault.
It's just a setup. It's just a mix-up.
That's the most elaborate mix-up of in the history of bounty hunters.
Look, we're going to send it. We're gonna see these two players go at it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not good, you guys can just tell me and we'll call it off. Definitely don't have to be forced into the CBT connection if it's not meant to be. But fingers crossed. Let's see what we're gonna get. The second Gold Lewis versus Baiken matchup for tonight. We saw a very swift
7-0 from Aggu earlier. You know, I don't think this is gonna go the same way. Obviously, Aggu was just on point, putting a lot of really good pressure with a lot of knowledge. Let's see how this goes. Immediately, Taco finding a gap in NKellyy's pressure, and now forcing them into the corner.
Ooh, there we go.
Yes. Burst baiting. Just that's a round. That was so fast.
Yeah, Taco was trying to go for the hard burst bait earlier. That time NKellyy wasn't quite ready to bite, but the second time cashes out, gets the good old burst and the round as well. So now NKelly's gonna have to run some pretty tight one-sided offense for a while if they wanna fight still on the first set. Wow, that crossed up. Oh, that's a good response though.
Parrying the cross up. Because the parry doesn't work both ways, right? You still have to.
Oh, you know,
that's done it the right way.
That's a good question. I think it probably. I wonder.
Good parry. Already 2 parries.
You know, if you think about it, it should. If the parry is coded in a way where it just, you know, catches all the strikes that, you know, collide with your box, I think it should work like that.
It just depends on if you actually have a hurt box during the parry.
Well, third parry already. NKellyy really putting that tool on the table. Oh, I love that. The super and canceling PRC drift back. The special tool that these characters who have very slow starting supers have access to. Damn, finds the hit. Yeah, looks like this is gonna be pretty explosive. As opposed to last set, where we had Axel, a little slower paced characters. These characters, especially when paired up together, really do want to brawl close range. Oh my goodness, from House Street!
Big slam. This just kills, right?
Yeah, it's gotta.
But if they're continuing to play, that must mean that it's working fine.
Yeah, at least good enough. I mean, at least good enough to, you know, not exit immediately. Wow, that's definitely gonna be enough.
Yeah, just 2 rounds in a row, just getting really solid combos to take out NKellyy. Takoyaki here with the space to be doing a lot of pressure, a lot of aggressivity towards NKellyy.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you get to play in this matchup, if you get to swing as Gold Lewis, it really doesn't matter that much. It's just previously Aggu was able to keep the offensive momentum going so much that, you know, CR just wasn't able to get anything in, but this is looking up to be a little different now.
Yeah, we even in that we saw a singular parry from Aggu, and it was towards the end of the set.
Oh, the
jumping over the bullet. That still bounce back?
I think there might have been a kill there, actually. That was kind of sick.
How did the physics work on that bounce back?
I guess we gotta ask our Lord and Savior Daisuke for that. Gets the
world of guilty here, the laws of physics just don't apply the same.
I mean, you know, physics and Baiken in this game, you have the tether, you also have like her titty physics. I mean, what? Anyway. Oh, the bounce though! Yo, is that gonna
look at that damage?
I wonder if Taco was baiting that. Yes, they were!
Yeah, especially with the drone, there's no reason to be swinging into the meaty.
That's an interesting hit. The backward swing of the behemoth, sort of vacuuming it in. Wow. Physics, how do they work? A really strong start from Taco here. Kelly managed to get in. Oh, I know, and NKellyy loves that RPS. Going with the self-guard crush and then RPS either with the parry or a strike. One super though, and so much damage done.
I wonder if NKellyy was watching earlier and now trying to think about, okay, what did I see Aggu do earlier that really worked out for them? And can I apply that to my game plan right now?
Oh, I think that was sort of like a hard, soft-ish bait on the burst, but again, NKellyy not willing to burst at that early stage of the round. Instant overhead.
Especially because NKellyy has a whole round to give away before losing this. Oh, but now opting to go for really solid parry into the super.
There were so many ways for NKellyy to win that round. They could buffer their own super against the reversal super from Goldlewis. They could go for parry into RC, into whatever. As long as they didn't press a button, the world was open with all those options.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, critical whiff there. Might have been a whiff on the grounded Behemoth Typhoon input. Alright, good defense. No instant overheads this time. Here we go though. What's it gonna be? There it is! The TK.
There's the instant overhead.
As they call in Sweden, TK Johansen. Yeah, NKellyy. Oh, that's actually gonna work out, I think.
Uh-oh, Baiken taking a lot of damage.
Oh, did she?
And the whiff to gold first. Oh, tragedy.
It's funny though. I think the reversal super from Goldlewis has kind of the same problem as the minigun. It doesn't give you like a clean close splash Oki at all. But I mean, it does a lot of damage, so there's that. Speaking of damage,
there's yep. It doesn't kill without the super, but that's very close to death. And dashing into the drone unfortunately results in the demise.
man, that burning effect from the drone is kind of reminiscent of the Street Fighter 2 when you get hit by projectiles and then you're on fire. Oh, Dickinson Express! Here we go. Spinning a lot of meter on that. But again, that's definitely worth it. Look at how much damage you got done.
Yeah, even just with the chip, look at how much chip damage Viken is taking here. Oh. Full charge dust. Does Taco have the combo?
Oh yeah, again, a soft...
That's a big thing. How often do you practice your dust combos?
That must have been a hard bait on the burst again, right?
Probably. You know, NKellyy had it. Taco just felt confident in letting it drop, even if it meant not getting the big dust combo damage. But NKellyy just holding on to the burst for the next round. They're saying, I have a whole other round to use this on, I'm just gonna chill out. But now this is the point where if he... Oh, good 2S.
Oh, but the immediate reversal super. It's like, you stole your turn. Oh, I got a reversal super too. Unfortunately, I think Taco respected it. And based the burst as well. Yeah, might as well.
What a bait.
It's kind of like... Taco has been baiting that burst a lot, but... Like, it's only at the end of the rounds, towards the end of the rounds, that NKellyy tends to go for that, and that was pretty much their last opportunity to fire one, so that was kind of like a no-brainer position to bait as well. Oh, I think Taco was trying to get it. The jump cancel every single time of that close slash.
And now the 2 bursts already used up, and within 10 seconds of this round starting. But now we have NKellyy in a very difficult position in the corner. Tries to escape with IAD Yozansen, but is just currently getting chipped out.
Finds the close slash into a thick throw. Here we go. Can't really. Oh,
2B?
just 2B. I wonder if there was still. Can you still get a left right in the corner of that tethered throw?
I think it ends up depending on kind of how you approach it. I think you might be able to get some shenanigans with your air dash to make it work. Look at that damage.
Good old
Gold is just thick as hell. Oh, solid. NKellyy sending Taco back to the corner.
Look at
Very
how
good. The HP differential is rough. Does it get the backdash?
It still catches, yeah. I think that was probably the full churn, but you know, backdashes are pretty slow in Strive, I gotta say.
Aggu is saying you can pull them out of the corner by jumping back with tether.
Yeah, that
So you
makes
can
sense.
get a tether. So I guess jump back and then air dash forward.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's the Gold Lewis police coming to arrest NKellyy for having dared to be anywhere on the screen
From behind
close to Gold Lewis.
Converts that as well, Taco, you crazy bastard.
And now immediately the big swing, Taco just buffering those meaties, but unfortunately mistimes one of them, and NKellyy manages to get the tether. Doesn't actually get any setups as the tether ends.
You know what? It could actually end here. 50 meter, this is set point.
Oh my god, it is! This set has just flown by.
Oh, that's a
and
bait
this is
though.
baited.
NKellyy has a burst.
But it kind of... What good is it?
They can't fire it. Yeah, there's not a good opening.
There was just no good opportunity to burst at that point. That was just a set.
Yeah, a complete sort of reverse sweep compared to the set earlier. But of course, we gotta take into the consideration the delay. Hope it wasn't too bad. I take full responsibility for all this inconvenience caused by the matchmaking. Hopefully we can get a better one next time. But yeah, that is that. And what do we have left still? I think we have
DavidBsS versus Blank.
Yeah, so DavidBsS required a later set. I wonder if they are yet ready to play or if we have to play SnailTiger versus Elda first. I generally love to run the sort of highest profile match last, if possible, but
sometimes it's just not possible. But we
Yeah.
still gonna have Elda afterwards, who I'm excited to see, because Elda is always a hype Potemkin hours. We don't actually see that much Potemkin, and Elda just shows up and rocks stuff.
Ooh, okay, David is ready to go, so we can play that one first. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen David recently in the chat, I've heard, sure.
Oh, and I almost forgot. This is gonna be a Testament matchup. It's been a while since we had one of those.
Yeah, not a lot of Testament players here. It seems that the hype kind of died down a little bit.
I mean, that's sort of the DLC cycle. First, when a DLC character comes out, everybody is hopping on the train, swearing their loyalty eternal to the new character. Then it turns out, you know, it's kind of hard to play a character during the first week because you haven't figured out all the ins and outs. And then the sort of popularity of the DLC character kind of dies down, and then it sort of resurfaces when the tech is finally there, and when the players who actually stuck with the character have learned to play it a little bit better. So I've been sort of waiting for more stronger Testament players to surface. However, I've seen a lot of top players just dropping Testament after the couple of first weeks.
There's definitely a lot of dooming around Testament, and I think they're shaping up to just be a very well-developed character. Especially, I saw some tag earlier that Romola is still putting out there, and I think that the character is still going to have room to grow. We're just about to get, hopefully, season 2 with some good changes on the on the horizon for everyone to kind of get propped up a little bit and be more interesting.
Too far away now.
Copium. Hopefully it comes by for the anniversary of the game.
Oh, this seems kind of like laggy, kind of stuttery. Is it same for you?
It is. Oh. Just in.
Hello.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this doesn't even seem like there's something probably...
It seems like... I wonder if it's hardware issue on one of the player sides?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before in Strive. Be some
Anyone
sort of
some
bigger
Steam
issue.
updates happening?
Right. Like saying this is probably on my end. But I wonder, fixable? We'll see. We'll give them a little bit of time to troubleshoot if they need.
Downloading Strive or playing Strive.
Okay, so Blank saying that their internet sometimes is a little inconsistent when it runs and when it doesn't.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, they're giving us the blessing to jump onto the next one. I mean, we tried, sometimes it do be like that. Internet, online warrior life and all. Too bad. Testament, my beloved. We'll see you one day. Maybe season 2.
You just have to start pressuring people into picking Testament for the events.
But fear not. We got some good shit trademark still left for this event. Alright, so SnailTiger, Elda. SnailTiger had their first showing on Bounty Hunters last week. It was not last week. It was 2 weeks ago. It went super down to the wire against Juxtaposer Faust, another extremely high level player. So that already tells you the caliber of, players that we're gonna be talking about here.
And Elda, I mean, Elda is the more known factor here in terms of the bounty hunter circle. Notorious for taking out my country's team at Strive Cup. Kind of almost all on their own, just ruining, it was either 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, I sort of have like a personal bias for players who play very slow, defensive, reactive, play analytically, and I think Elda is like the embodiment of that kind of player type. They usually have a pretty decent idea what they want to do in a matchup.
Mm-hmm. And Elda has shown here as well, more recently, their last time on Bounty Hunters was against Carrot of Wisdom, which, you know, even on such an advantageous matchup, obviously Carrot is a super strong player who put in an amazing fight, but Elda has so much specific knowledge scenarios that I'm really interested to see what the Kai matchup is going to be like for them in terms of what they're able to do about the kind of difficult situations that the characters put you in. And also Elda, notorious, in my opinion, for being very consistent at doing very big Potemkin combos, which isn't something that you see most Potemkin players doing, often opting to just go for throw mix-ups and throw kind of guess situations. Elda is not afraid to just bust out some really flashy looking combos on Potemkin.
And if we're pulling out some older data, I guess it's kind of digging past the surface here, but like 1 year ago, Elda did have a matchup against Kai. I believe it was against Decapact, another, you know, super methodical footsie Kai. That I think went pretty decently in Deca's favor, but like I said, it's been such a long time ago, and I feel like Elda is one of those players who need a little bit of time to get started with a game. So back then, they didn't necessarily have like all the tools in the toolbox, didn't have all the ammunition needed. This time, it's probably going to be a little different, and I feel like Elda should probably at this point have the matchup mostly down. But again, it's you know, how much can you have the matchup down against, you know, when you're playing against one of the top competitors in the European scene? At that point, it's usually not anymore about playing the character, it's much more about playing the player. And when it comes to SnailTiger, it's been I've definitely taken a little break from following the top European tournament scene. I feel like SnailTiger has been a staple of some of those events for a long time, but for me, it's been a while since I've seen them play in anywhere else but Bounty Hunters. So I'll hop on the opportunity to see these crazy ones play a good ass set against each other.
Yeah, bit of a capstone to the event. Bit of a faster one today. We had a lot of sets go fast. Obviously, we had to cut one, but you know, still really good games today. Cannot complain about what we've seen. Don't worry about it playing. I mean, it happens. It's not your fault.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's like they say, an old Chinese man once said, it do be like that.
Ooh. Okay, immediately the Jizzy Garudas coming in of a Kara Buster. And that's a near death high ult piece.
Oh, I'm actually surprised Elda didn't burn meter on that pressure. Burns it here though.
I think it's just the thought process of the confidence of, you know, having the health advantage. I can use my meter for other stuff. I don't need to be rushing anything. It's as we were saying, you know, Elda plays methodically, and I think part of being methodical is just realizing when you don't need to callously spending resources in
for
situations where it's just not needed yet.
Ooh,
With a clash?
Wow, but the punish attempt, I think close slash from Potemkin went the wrong way there.
Really respectable amount of combat damage against Potemkin. Again, second toughest character in the game, health-wise.
But they say health in these games are just for aesthetics. Quick 1-2 into RTL secures that round for SnailTiger. That was a scary situation. They got pulled down on the ground by the Heat Knuckle. If Elda gets that buster in, that might be the game.
Oh, what was that trade with? Solid.
They've traded some very interesting stuff so far. Oh, that's an EP.
That was a grab on a DT. And now another grab.
And with the extra range, the Kara Buster, the range
I think the moment Elda noticed, oh, you like blocking one of the Garudas and then going for the DP, that was it. The moment you got that downloaded information, you're gone.
And I'm so scared of Potemkin players who can consistently do Kara inputs. It's like your character gets like extra 2 character lengths of range on all of their moves.
Yeah, that's you know, up. Especially on Potemkin. On Potemkin, like, character lengths are a lot. He already occupies just about like, 2/3 of the screen. That's not what we want to see. Oh, those mega fists, fist combos.
Oh,
look at that!
Oh, he's dead!
That's the Potemkin trick. This is what I was talking about. You know, like, so many people just don't go for these drippy Potemkin combos.
It's that Kara Mega Fist that really gives some really swag oomph for your combos. It's like some of those combos that you generally only see FAB go for.
Exactly. Like Elda's kind of just I see them as a European FAB. Very complimentary, as a big compliment, because I love FAB. I think they play the most interesting Potemkin.
I gotta agree with that. If not the FAB of Europe, at least the FAB of Finland.
Oh, who else is pulling out? I mean, I guess we have Bumano here in Europe as well as a Potemkin player, but I don't know that many people who are known for playing Potemkin.
Yeah, I guess like Kurokich is one of the legendary ones.
Oh yes, I forget they're from EU as well.
Yeah, I mean Russia is close enough to Europe.
Geographically speaking,
right,
it is.
Right.
The western bit of Russia is still Europe. Oh, solid flick pressure.
Oh, I think, yeah, that's a kill unless you burst.
That's just it.
It's really hard to justify that burst when you're already down to your like last 100 life.
And especially against Potemkin, where even just like a little bit of chip could just end you. You know, Garuda chip damage is no joke.
So far, a lot of the hits that SnailTiger have been able to land have not hit for too much, and you know, that's kind of how I guess the matchup should be played in the end. Like
at the end of the day, I think SnailTiger just needs to bet on being advantageous in neutral, because Kai, I feel, would have a lot more tools to win that kind of aspect of the game. Preventing Elda from controlling space.
Oh, yeah, that's a kill!
Jeez. The damage.
Potemkin traditionally is super strong with meter. As soon as you got that 50, or God forbid 100, you can make a lot of really, you know, conversions that wouldn't happen otherwise. You can even do something like Mega Fist forward, RC, into a combo. Mega Fist forward, a move that even on hit wouldn't usually get you even any frame advantage. Not to talk about the classic, you know, Hammerfall RC, the move with the armor.
But here we see SnailTiger with a very solid start. I think that the important thing is trying to deny Elda the ability of being threatening with the grabs and with a lot of those more powerful specials like Garuda. And, oh no. And avoiding getting into these rough situations where just kind of any touch will get you killed. But Elda's just playing it chill and realizing when there's the opening to do something.
Oh, nice idea. Backdash and try to whiff punish on the landing.
Unfortunate on the trade, because that could have definitely been more one-sided towards SnailTiger, but still kind of achieves what was necessary, and now just one interaction away from having this game end. SnailTiger is just respecting what Elda is able to do a lot. There it is.
I think that's kind of the button that you'll probably see Kai player fishing with quite a bit. The 6 heavy, big disjoint, one of the few disjoint moves, and one of the biggest rewards as well.
It's such a good button, and I think especially in this matchup, it would be so invaluable.
Yeah, downside of that
but
is...
now, unfortunately, that Garuda hit.
Is that a kill?
Buster.
Wait!
Oh.
Cancel! I think Elda cancelled the Buster before the damage went in, right?
Yeah, I think Elda was trying to go for the fast RC, which is a very specific window, where as soon as damage comes out, you go very fast for RC, and unfortunately just missed it.
The back Mega Fist, the choice of... Oh, nice DP! And whoa! As the Elda is recovering, charges up to 5D and surprises Elda. That's a kill. Nice. That was definitely a gamble, but that gamble paid off big time because that fully charged 5D is such a lot of, such a massive amount of damage.
And I think important thing to note is playing against a grappler is inherently a little bit of a gamble. You need to kind of respect the options, especially between Buster and Heat Knuckle, and if meter's available, the Heavenly Buster. You just can't always be in a safe situation, right? At some point, you're gonna need to come close to the Potemkin, and they're gonna be able to threaten you with a variety of options. It's true for everyone, but grapplers just do a lot of damage on one hit.
Plus frames of the electrified flip kick. That's a little more like the Kai pressure that we are used to seeing. But before, Elda was, you know, consistently getting that back Mega Fist off in the defensive situation. But that time, SnailTiger sort of positioned themselves in a way where Elda just wasn't able to use that back Mega Fist that much.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing SnailTiger kind of attempting to have figured out Elda a little bit more, and hopefully with the knowledge they're starting to accrue in mind, trying to play a little bit adaptive and getting a bit more confidence on where they can play in order to get a bit of an edge.
Oh, Elda not even flinching there of that throw bait situation. Elda 50 meter accumulated, but also running out of life. All the resources in the world, but no opening to use any of that. And that's sort of another trademark of matchups like this. You have so much to spend, but you know the opponent is just denying your ability to put any of that into good use. I don't think.
And then there's always that little reluctance with using things like YRC when you feel like there would be better options, like when you feel like there is going to be the gap coming soon, and then
I was just about to say the same. It's like Potemkin really wants to use that for the offensive potential rather, because they're already pretty jacked on defense otherwise. Speaking of jacked, the burst.
Potemkin is here, just...
Wow, a lot of pressure resets there. Accumulating more respect. Oh, is it gonna catch? Yes, it is!
A Hammerfall RC.
Oh, nice. Goes for the multiple 5Ps to break the armor of that slide head. And some
And
sort
manages
of
to get the combo.
there's some
Take
sort
it out.
of some sort of adjustment going on because SnailTiger has been blazing forward after those straight 3 losses. Now almost working on a straight 3 wins.
I think SnailTiger just needed information. He just needed a little bit of a download going, and it's going to be about, you know, how does this information hold up now? How is Elda going to adapt to it? Obviously, Elda is a very powerful player.
But this situation, information is not gonna do you any good. This is
no.
pure RBS, baby! When you're taking that Garuda! Oh, he's managed
Really solid flick.
from such a close range. Elda's not gonna let SnailTiger get away with that. Man, that was that burst safe? That was so safe looking, and now look at this.
And now there's a big disadvantage of a massive hill for SnailTiger to run up, but I was about to say they're going to run for it. They're gonna try it, but at grab.
I mean,
The
you
wake
are
up, basically a wake up grab almost.
yeah, you at your core you are a tick throw character, and you know you gotta get in there even with that low amount of life. And when you're that low, your opponent might be more willing to gamble on the small hits more often. Ooh, good jump. Read there for SnailTiger once again. Let's get a whole lot of damage in because of
the
that.
flip kick actually being able to beat the slide head.
Yeah, SnailTiger has been actually using that just for that purpose so far.
Oh, the
side,
the slide swap RC.
That looks so cool. Breaking the wall from super
I've
far
seen
away.
actually. Who was it? I saw someone explain how that works on YouTube at some point. It's Frankentank. That's who made a video about it, I'm fairly sure. That actually informed me about the existence of that. It's so useful, and seeing Elda use it, just a very mindful way of controlling space a bit differently.
This time the up. The heat knuckle does not work out for Elda. Forced into the corner. Here we go. This is where it
Grab
starts.
again, send back. Now you're forced to deal with this shock state pressure.
Back dashes out of the flip kick plus frames, but still gets caught. Back mega fist plus on block. Ooh, spends the RC this time. There we go. Yeah, if there's a gap, there's a way to DP. And at that close range, it's never really gonna clash with Garuda. Garuda clashes only with at like pretty far distance.
Really solid flick. And again, Elda's just not going any closer than they feel like they need to, which is, I think, the main thing to pay attention in this in this match. And
Even
then,
from that defensive position, Elda checks what is going on. Okay, nothing happening. Just got a buster.
yeah.
I guess
And again,
that's...
this is what I was just talking about. You know, SnailTiger has kind of a range they prefer to be at. And if Elda's able to play a little bit farther away than you typically see a Potemkin player playing, you can really throw off your opponent. Because they're going to be expecting a specific kind of behavior. And Elda's just mostly using Potemkin's big normals for a big advantage.
Look at that fast reaction again.
And it
5B.
it just kills!
5B, destroy the flip kick, get the Oki, get the buster. And it's just a couple of good reads for Potemkin. Nice jump, doesn't let Elda run that very greedy cancel.
And boom, look at that damage. Immediately just one buster, one wrong guess.
Gets out of there, tried to get a grab, but back into the Garuda. Alright, that's exactly what SnailTiger needed. You can't... Oh, wait a second! That was...
jump slash.
And a nice conversion as well.
Yeah, very nice little combo off of it.
Oh, this is
Again,
so scary.
you don't typically see Potemkins going for combos off of this kind of stuff. And Elda just has those options on deck.
That's big.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage already, forcing the burst out of Elda. And SnailTiger now actually has a very real chance of attempting this round, right? It's just a case of getting the correct reads.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
And that was tough as well. Very good position for Elda to burst. Even if SnailTiger ends up getting that round, Elda's just gonna build that burst back very fast. And look at the scoreboard. Elda 6 against SnailTiger, of all players. This, wow, just Garuda into Garuda. That was almost 40% of their life going down the drain with chip damage. Got a hello, Gold Noise, is that you? Whoa, where are you going?
Where's that 6P going?
That's a certified Guilty Gear moment.
Same here, I thought that Tekken was the worst at camera flip moments.
Elda already on a set point. Like this guy.
Oh, the butt slam.
Backdash. Don't get crabbed. But then you get normal crabbed. And here we go.
The dirty Garudas.
No, the armor of Slight Head. Defending against 6 heavy. Another buster. Oh my god. Is there a burst here?
Yeah, with
he has
RC.
to try it. But I think there is no burst there, is there?
I just do not think that was an option. Maybe if you mashed, you would have gotten the burst out before the Heat Knuckle, but that's just burst safe. The Heat Knuckle's not near you yet. I don't think it hit.
I think there's probably like... I think you gotta be able to burst that Heat Knuckle, but it's still like, you know, Potemkin drifting forward of that combo, going for the 2 heavy. That has a little bit of disjoint, does it not? And then, you know, there's really not a good place to burst.
Yeah, that was a nutty set. Elda just kind of took the brakes off, took out the Rock Lee ankle weights and made Potemkin move like no one's ever seen him move.
It's like every time you watch Elda play, it's just so... there's really something when you see a player who is so very deliberate. They like do no unnecessary movement, no unnecessary pokes whatsoever. We saw that earlier with, you know... I think Eliitti has that kind of energy. Aggu had that kind of energy. It's just, you know, so beautiful to watch. That's one of the biggest reasons why I love watching Elda so much. They always surprise me with how prepared they are for every single matchup. And I guess, you know, we gotta take into consideration that, you know, Kai, one of the protagonist characters, you probably have a lot of experience against a character like that, but still, man.
Yeah, still was a great set. I don't think we can downplay how much SnailTiger kind of made efforts to adjust and to play that properly and trying to adapt to what Elda was doing. But Elda was just one step ahead, just playing like you don't typically see Potemkin players play, and that's something that you're not really able to practice most of the time. Is the playing against someone who has a much more specific play style, or that, you know, plays completely different from how typically you'd see that character played. And yeah,
another thing is playing against very patient defensive players. It can catch you off guard quite a bit if you see somebody just looking at you. It's like staring at you, telling you, what are you gonna do? Show me your best shot. And you're like, man, they're just staring into my soul. They can see everything. What the fuck am I supposed to do? But yeah, that was that. Another event behind of us, but a new week ahead of us. And we do this as per usual every single week, Sunday, 5 p.m. CEST. If you want to sign up, the sign up forms will be posted in a lot of different Discords if you're not sure which one to join. Bottom right corner of the screen works, helps me also mass communicate with the players. If you want to sign up for a show match, I promise I'll do better work than with the clusterfuck that was one of the earlier matchup with all the confusion and who is supposed to play. I swear.
It's a lot of work on you. As we already appreciate you putting on this show for everyone. And thank you for having me here.
Yeah, always a pleasure. At this point, Lurk is becoming kind of like bounty hunters regular one way or another. You don't have to be a player to become a regular. Also be a commentator.
I'm out of here just hanging out, and I appreciate being allowed to be here because I love this event, love watching everyone play, love being able to talk about these games. It's really good stuff.
All right. That's it. We'll see you again next week. I think I'll send you... Orochi has an event starting soon, I believe, so I'll send you guys to Place from Future. Yep. And that said, I'm gonna see you again next week. If you're about ACPR, that event's gonna be Friday as well. And other than that, just, you know, regular bounty hunters on Sunday. Till that, stay safe, keep playing, keep getting better. We'll see you again and next time. Bye-bye.
See you, everyone.